It's funny when I put a title name, you could tell who the, I don't want to say GM sympathizers, but it is funny to see who the GM sympathizers are. I mentioned that this woman named Cathie Wood, who's some kind of economist, predicts that there might be some long-term issues the way Chevy's handling things or GM is handling things based on their EV game and their EV stock. But one of the guys on the chat did say that they're just going to get bailed out again. And I'll play a little bit of the video that made me reference that. I didn't even know who the fuck she was, to be honest with you. I had to do a little research on her. And she's been pretty bullish on the whole EV stuff. She pretty much predicted Tesla's rise, basically, but not 100%, because nobody could have predicted that Tesla would be a $1 trillion company. Yeah, I know it's stocks, but Tesla technically is a $1 trillion company. And because Elon Musk owns 20% stock, then he's worth 230 whatever the fuck billion dollars. That's how it works. And the funny thing is, that's all determined by like the public's investment in the company. It's crazy how all that works. And then he gets taxed based on that. So in order for him to pay that tax bill, he has to sell stock. It's kind of one of those crazy things. How you guys doing, little YDBT Daily? Let's get to saying hi to the people here, and then I'll play the video that made me reference the article about Miss Cathie Wood. Was it with a K? I think it's with a C. Cathie. Sorry, I did it wrong. Let me do that right, because you motherfuckers.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay.
Fix
all
that.
right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay!
That's right. You tell him.
You think you can do this to me?
I've been playing basketball in Pelican Bay.
You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay.
Yeah, fuck. If I let that play out, he says, King Kong ain't got shit on me. Mini Bike Madman in the house. D-Rock Fox, Eliza, JD Swag, John DiNapoli, Donnie Cluster, BM, Mike Smith, Coyote Fury, Juan Marez, Cracker, Godfather, Color. Says, good morning. How's the family, Alex? Paul H, Matthew Nichols, Andrew Martin, Israel Rios, Slow Sean, PNW, Juan Mars, already got him. Angel Puerto Rico, Robert Kenny, Israel Rios, Kona GT, Native Shift. We got Peter Chow, Clean 93 GT, George Mendoza, or Jorge. Jen C says, Daddy. Giovanni Chavez, DIY Shawnee, Kyle Wren, Jared Wells in the house, Fast Hippo, ZL1 says, I'm offended. Underrated, Frozen, Bong Water, Matt BO 2003, Conti, CBR, and a whole bunch of other people. All right, let's get to it real quick. Let's not waste too much fucking time. Play the minute or two, and then we'll talk about that for a chunk of time.
And Chief Investment Officer of ARK Investment Management isn't a stranger to making bold calls on EV maker Tesla. She recently appeared on Barron's and predicted traditional automaker
Wait a minute, you catfish motherfucker. You fucking catfish. Get the fuck out of here, Cathie. What the fuck kind of trickery with the lighting is this? You catfish ass, having ass. You probably on Bumble too.
She recently appeared on Barron's and predicted traditional automaker GM may go bankrupt. Cathie Wood believes GM invested too little, too late, and believes electric vehicles continue to take share from gas-powered machines. Traditional car makers will face a reckoning.
The issue I do have with some of the things this video says, look, this is government mandated. Like, imagine if the government was away from regulating car manufacturers' vehicles. Let's say the government didn't have a goddamn thing to say about how those cars are made, and they left it up to the market. Don't you think Ford would still be making badass fucking Mustangs? Don't you think Chevy would still be making badass CTSVs, Camaro? Well, not Camaro, so no one gives a fuck about those cars. And the people have spoken with their fucking pocketbook, because nobody buys Camaros. They actually buy more of these motherfuckers.
Hellcats and track hawks. They got Timmy on the turn up and the blast off.
They buy that shit just to do burnouts and do the sideshow bullshit. They play a little more.
In this video, we're going to see why we believe GM will go bankrupt and the evidence to back it up.
Basically, they're for lack of a better word, they're basically saying the way they're going about it, meaning they still don't have a robust battery, like a reliable battery pack on their most popular EV, the Volt. It still catches fire. It still has fucking issues, and they still haven't figured that shit out. And now what they're doing is they're going after Tesla suppliers to say, we're just going to buy everything, all the hard materials, all the raw materials, everything that they need. We're going to start buying up too. Not necessarily because they think that's a better product. I think they're doing it like out of spite or something, like just as if to try to slow down Tesla. And I thought that was a kind of an interesting thing. But if you guys want to look at that article, I'll put it on the chat here. I think it's a good listen. It's not too political or anything like that. But someone in the chat did say something that I agree with. They said that it doesn't matter because GM would get bailed out anyway. And I think they're right. I think GM would get bailed out anyway. But why do you think they'd get bailed out, guys? Why do you think GM would get bailed out? Let's see if you guys, and we've talked about this subject matter before. Why do you think the government would bail out GM? If the market is making them tank, if their products are trash, if they're not doing a good job with infrastructure on the EV game and not making actual vehicles people want to buy, why do you think that they would get bailed out? No vax mandates, fine job. Yes, guys, by the way, the Supreme Court shot down for private employers to have a vax mandate. That means if you work at an airport, a cruise line, anything that isn't healthcare related, you as a business do not have to test or mandate vaccination status for your employees. Congratulate that. I mean, finally, a win for the good guys, us. Finally, someone with some common fucking sense shot down that stupid fucking mandate. And then did you hear that dumb fucking cunt Ginger Psaki up there saying dumb shit like, well, we still encourage the employers to do it anyway. Shut up. You lost. Shut the fuck up. It's over. Stop it. Someone said easy General Motors. No, too big to fail. They hold stock. No one has said it yet. No one has said it yet. Come on, guys. You guys know why. You guys know why that the GM will get bailed out by the government. Come on, guys. You know that. You know why it's not stockholders. No. Screw the mandate. Let's go, Brandon. They'll get bailed out. Dude. Yay, Admiral Peck. Admiral Peck. The unions. That's right. The unions cannot fail. Cannot fail. Imagine the United States government says, oh my God, GM's going bankrupt. Instead of just letting them go through bankruptcy, letting them restructure, letting them come back leaner and meaner someday. Nope. The unions will say, whoa, politicians. We have influence over you. We have a lot of voting influence over some of you people. So you cannot let this big steaming pile of shit called General Motors fail. Go ahead and tell me how unions are fucking awesome. Go ahead and tell me how about teachers unions, huh? Because I've had a lot of guys argue with me about unions, and I've said, look, they had their place back in the 30s and 40s so that a 6-year-old kid isn't greasing a gear somewhere in a factory. I understand that. You can't have, workplace conditions be bad. You can't be hiring underage workers. There's a lot of things that unions are good for, but now what they're doing is the opposite. They're actually making it impossible to operate. And now that they have some power in terms of influence in government, now they're going to make it impossible for places like GM to go under. And they should go under. They should have gone under the first time they were bankrupt. Not Ford. Ford didn't go bankrupt. No, they didn't. They took a loan because the government said, we're giving away money. So you either fucking take it or there's going to be problems. And Ford took loans and Chevy literally took bailout money, just free fucking money. Unbelievable stuff. But it was mostly because of the unions. You can't let these people lose their jobs, number one. Number two, the unions would probably wreak havoc on elections. And then honestly, I think it's better to let them fail and come back leaner and meaner. I think it's better to let them fail and come back leaner and meaner. Matt Toon says, what the fuck? I said unions before. I didn't see it. Sorry. China makes most of the parts because of unions. GM does not ever push for future technology. They're all about the profit, which is okay. Look at Ford, right? Ford is actually offering you transgender trucks, Broncos, and, mostly EVs. And now an electric truck, which some people might disagree with. That's fine. But it's for profit. It's what the people want, unfortunately. I want badass hot rods. I want everything. But for electric, I think a nice passenger car would be electric. Look, again, if you guys want to see what I think the future looks like, iRobot is that movie. iRobot is that movie. To me, that mostly resembles what the future will look like in a self-driving, non-gas car sort of world. That to me was like, I don't know, like it changed me. Like the way I viewed the future, iRobot kind of did it for me. Yeah, but you're not a member. God, isn't that kind of like socialism? What's good, bitch? Facebook is mandating the booster if we want to continue to work there. They can't do that. It's unconstitutional. They can't do that. Now, it is a private enterprise, but you should be able to fight it based on the precedent. The Supreme Court said no, so they can't make you do anything. I don't think so. The unions make it a pain to get a job. Yeah, trust me. They have smaller hands, so they get into tighter spots. Oh, shit. Capitalism only worked if you let companies fail. Exactly. I agree. Fucking Admiral Peck making sense. Wow. I mean, I had him booted. I had him pretty close to booted not so long ago. Now he's actually making fucking sense. Unions do the least and expect the most. I watched that last night at work. You watched iRobot at work. That's pretty awesome. Now it's Demolition Man. I don't like that my future might be a Ford Taurus. Like every vehicle is going to be a shitty Ford Taurus. I'd rather than be Audis with all-wheel steering. A mix of Demolition Man and iRobot. Okay, that's better. Mike ESS says, how about the new Bronco Sport recall? Rear brake material not meeting standards for coefficient of friction. Bad brakes. I mean, I'm not going to rag on them for bad brakes. I mean, there's been worse recalls. I mean, there's been better reasons for recalls. Hell, because I work in the tuning world, a lot of you guys probably don't hear about it, but I heard so many Mustangs have the, not an engine tick, legitimately busted engines with non-round cylinder bores in the blocks. My early 18s sounded like it was coming apart. And then when it got lemon lawed, believe it or not, it ended up back in the lot and it got sold to somebody. And then that somebody reached out to me to try to have me talk to him about the car. And I'm like, bro, I gave it up. Don't be reaching out to me talking about a car that should have been fucking put in the crusher, bro. Go back, tell him to redo the engine, whatever. Don't be reaching out to me. What the fuck's wrong with you? I agree. iRobot was an eye-opener for me. Skynet as well. Oh, yeah, absolutely. My wife's work is paying sick time for COVID if vaxxed. No pay if not vaxxed. That's their way of making you get the jab. That's really stupid, too. But is it a healthcare field? That's one of those weird ones that it kind of makes sense to get vaxxed. Can you do a video about plasti dipping 5-0 emblem? You are not wrong. We are quoting on 2 autonomous vehicles, says Peter Chow. And that's, in my opinion, if you watch iRobot, basically the woman doesn't even like the guy, Will Smith, to drive. She goes, well, you're at these speeds, you're going to drive? And then he missed an exit. And she was like, you're fucking stupid. You missed an exit. And according to Elon Musk, he says that the biggest variable in accidents is humans. Humans can't react fast enough. They don't pay attention. So usually humans are the things that cause more accidents than anything because they're distracted or whatever. So if you had self-driving, I don't think I would ever use self-driving let's say if I got a Tesla and I wanted to go somewhere. I don't think I trust a car to get me there and then I can fall asleep. I will probably keep my hands off and just kind of maybe watch Netflix because you can, and then just kind of periodically look at the road just to be like, all right, not without the hands on the steering wheel. But when I'm in a tight traffic situation, my hands are going to be real close to the steering wheel. My buddy had a rod knock and piston slap on his 19. My problem is lack of experience and ADHD. So, Timothy Fush, here we go. Is he going to ask about Motec? Okay, I got to get a little Tony out of here because he's giving me that look. Go, go, go. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You got to go. You got to go. I know what you're doing. He's giving me that look like I'm gonna probably shit my pants on your rug. I'm good. I'm gonna pass on that. Is the red car gone? No, not yet. Hey, Alex. I just grabbed 2 logs on Sunoco, but I'm still only seeing 18 degrees up top despite -4 or 5 knock AFR. Okay, don't worry about it. Just send the log. Don't worry about it. Just send the log. I work as an analyst for a large bank, and they're partially cutting health insurance discount for not being vaxxed. That might be illegal. That might be illegal based on today's decision. It's odd. My 16 Mustang GT had to get the intake manifold replaced. Ridiculous area to cheap out on parts. Tony, no. Public transportation, less cars on the road for us enthusiasts. Yeah, I mean, you heard about potentially private car ownership becoming a thing in the past in metropolitan cities. Like I think LA, like in the densest parts of LA that are the most populated, there should be a robust transportation system. But what the fuck does that look like? The amount of people that are there is ridiculous. The amount of cars that are there are ridiculous. So you can't just, these motherfuckers are not going to get on bikes. You'll see more bike deaths. You're not going to have like huge, massive buses, quadruple decker buses, multi-tiered, railways or highways that are public transportation only is the only way to cure congestion. And it's only going to get worse as time goes on because people are still fucking. Like dumbasses are still fucking and procreating. How many times have you seen some people that should not be having babies? I mean, there's obvious defects and they're ugly as shit and their genetics are not that good. And they're constantly fucking and having babies. And then you see like super smart people that, wait and they want to make sure they get a good position in life and they freeze their eggs and this and that. Then they end up never having kids because they're too smart for their own good. I mean, those people should have babies. Science fiction is quickly becoming science fact. Minority Report car shit, says Ivan D. If you email me a shipping address, I'll let you test drive the laptop for a month. I'm not concerned. Yeah, email me at ydbt for life. Actually, I got your email, Michael. I'll email you after the show. But Alex, did you ever told us your real name was Caesar Milan? Just referencing the joke on the dog whisperer from last night's show. Yeah, that guy, what's his name? The guy that knew everything about everything. No, the reason dogs eat grass is because you're not feeding them properly and they're deficient in their diet. Really, why do they puke immediately there afterwards? Alex, what's your issue with the Quick 6? It sucks. I mentioned it a while back and you said it's about them smoking clutches. Okay, so the Quick 6 is a little thin box, blue box, that supposedly controls your 6R80. The problem with the Quick 6 is what controls converter lockup. Does the Quick 6 control converter lockup? If so, where does it lock it up, and how much pressure is it commanding on the fluid? Because there is a way that there is actually slip desired and slip actual. Also, oncoming and offgoing pressure. How does the Quick 6 manipulate that? Oncoming 1-2, offgoing 2-3. How do they manipulate that? Trans torque reduction. How does the Quick 6 manipulate trans torque reduction? If you see the calibration on a Ford operating system, you know this little fucking blue box doesn't do half of the shit that is necessary to have a 6R80, number one, shift smooth, and number two, not burn up the fucking clutches. I suspect that the Quick 6 doesn't command enough pressure, base pressure, to actually make everything proper. Every single time, Power by the Hour took apart a transmission, and the clutches were absolutely smoked. They asked the customer, what is controlling this transmission? And they all say, the Quick 6. Senior's transmission in his 15 to 1600 horsepower Grey Goose has gone 730s. And when Jake pulled the clutches apart, he goes, Alex, they look brand new. They look like they've never been worn. One week with a quick 6 and a regular converter on a mostly stock car, you got Sasso. Where the fuck is Sasso? Do I have Sasso on this fucking shit? You got Sasso for clutches.
That's some kind of stink, you know. Ooh, what's that smell? Sasso, man. That's Sasso.
So the quick 6 is a dud. Believe me if you want. If not, go ahead and get it. Put it in your car, buy a $4,500 PBH transmission, and Sasso that motherfucker. And then you'll say, damn, maybe Alex knows something. The Danimal says, I watched the Chevy EV truck video. Damn, you had me laughing with that terrible music when they announced the truck. Yeah, when your self-driving car is driving you and not paying attention to the car, swerves, bounces your head off the side of the glass. I couldn't have the autopilot. I still want to drive. You really should have to pass a test to have kids. Stock tune on a 6R80 shifts hard. You expect that to shift fine. Right. And then, you know what also happens with people, which blows my mind. Once they get a tune from a tuner, people go, hey, Alex, thanks for the tune. I put it on the car. Now the car drives differently than stock. Is this normal? Yes. It's a performance tune. So it's going to shift firmer. And people go, I don't think I like that. So you don't want a performance tune in your car. You want a stock tune in your car. Is that what you're telling me, sir? Well, I want the engine stuff, but I don't want the trans stuff. You can't have one without the other. If anything, on an automatic, most of the gains are in the trans calibration. So if you ignore half of the shit that we do in the trans and you want a smooth shifting car but with more power, you won't go any faster. You need the quick shifts, you need the firmer shifts, you need the torque reduction to be off for performance. But people are fucking stupid. Long Branch Penny Whistle says, I found my uncle at the bar for a bar of soap in the shower. Wow. How could GM go out of business when they're in the pocket of big government? Won't happen. See Dice's video on Pelosi's insider trading, how it works. Yeah, that's nuts. When they actually they're going to try to introduce legislation that no member of Congress can invest. But you know they're going to get around that. They're just going to make it like second or third party kind of investment situation. Because let's say you're sitting on committees about EVs. You're sitting on committees about upcoming social media. You're sitting on committees about upcoming technologies, and you are heavy into investing. And you're like, man, we just got out of this fucking meeting, and Dillweed coin is going to be fucking badass. Because they got this and this and that, and everything they said was fucking amazing. So I think I'm going to invest in Dillweed coin, which is insider trading, literally insider trading. And it is not illegal currently for a congressperson to, practice the same thing that got Martha Stewart in jail. Blows my mind. Different than stock again. My Ghost Cam tune drops, but I wanted to drive like stock. It's amazing how fast AI is advancing in big business. I wish I was Israel R. I wish I knew a little more as to how much AI is integrated in business. Like the AI you see, you don't even see now, but the AI that it has predictive advertising, that's pretty powerful shit. For instance, how the fuck? Like I buy something with a credit card or I buy something with a debit card. And let's say it's at Target and I buy a certain brand chocolate chips, right? You would think that none of those streams cross. You would think that what I buy at Target doesn't come up in my computer when I'm on Amazon.com. But wouldn't you know it, I go to Amazon.com to try to use the $100 gift card that Pat the One and Mike's Garage gave me just to see, because I don't really have anything I need, but, might as well, fuck around and buy, I don't know, sneakers or something. That's probably a good idea. Or some shirts or whatever. And sure enough, it knew what I bought at Target. Like I was like, wait a minute, I haven't bought anything at Amazon in forever. But I sure as hell bought all this stuff at Target yesterday. And I'm like, So the AI is being used for that currently. But my biggest issue with that is the AI will eventually know what you like and predict what you like and shove it in your face, and you don't even know that they're doing that. And that to me is crazy, how business integrates that into your life, and you don't even know how you're being manipulated by an AI, and then eventually they'll know you better than you know you. You know what I mean? But I don't know how businesses integrate it and how much integration of the AI they're actually using in their business model, but it'd be interesting to be at the ground level of that. Look, we all know, all of us sci-fi fans, we all know the moment that they let AI control any government weapon systems, it's over. Like, they will literally turn around and shoot us. Fun fact, Moderna, COVID vaccine maker, had never brought an FDA-approved drug to the market before their vaccine. Guess who owns a ton of Moderna stock when it was 10 cents a share? I bet you it was Pelosi. Alex, does Zone leave the cat over temp parameters on its tunes for boosted cars? Yes, Joey G. Can a 2-valve get a ghost cam tune? No. It doesn't have variable cam timing. Dual independent variable cam timing. The only cars that have dual independent variable cam timing is Coyote and Predator vehicles. You need DuckDuckGo. I don't need anything. Everything's going automated. Some of the dudes are going to be out of jobs soon once the stores start rolling out the shopping bots for mobile orders. We coded one for a project. It's like, oh no, we suck again. Exactly. That's going to happen.
Oh no! We suck again!
Because, but I mean, you shouldn't be mad if your job is taken away by a robot. You just have to move with the market. Because let's say if your job can be taken over by automation, then why don't you become re-educate yourself into maintaining the equipment that is automated? Why not do that? I mean, that's a smart thing to do. Esteban Velez says, 2 auto solutions in la casa, puñeta. Is he okay? He seems mad. We need some Terminator sound clips. We got some right here. Here we go. Derek Barron Productions. He's actually out there pulling fucking the glass pack material out of his exhaust. I'm like, now you're starting to find out how Corbuds are absolute pieces of shit. I saw that clip on Instagram where he was pulling out some insert from his exhaust, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, stop. Nothing wrong with automation. Some of the jobs really shouldn't exist at some point. I agree. I'm surprised you haven't heard about American replacing their Bradley with an AI infantry fighting a vehicle. I'm not in the army. I'm not up on that stuff. I can look into it, but that's not car related. Half of the shit I talk about in here is not car related anyway, so it doesn't matter. Damn, if I even have a thought about a product or I tell my wife, it shows up on Instagram as an ad. There isn't a single FDA-approved vax on the shelves. The only one approved won't be till 2026. All the others are still experimental under the emergency use authorization. Yeah, I still haven't gotten vax. Fuck all that. I got sick. I suspect it was either one of the big three. It was either Rona, Delta, or Omicron, or fucking flu Rona. Who the fuck knows what it was? It sucked, but at no point did I go, oh my God, I got to go to a hospital. I'm going to fucking die. No, once I started actually keeping the fever under control, I felt okay. Didn't have much of an appetite. Lost 10 pounds, which is not a negative. But I felt pretty good after about 5 or 6 days, but I never stopped working. I mean, I work from home, so I never considered going to the hospital. No fucking way. Because one thing is for sure, you are more likely to get more sick or die if you go to a hospital. Desert Power Sports says, 25 years old and I'm tired of the customer service business. Want to get into the trades and make more money. Would you recommend trade school or start from the bottom as a helper with a business? You can do either, Desert Power Sports, but yeah, customer service is tough because you kind of feel like you have to bend over backwards for people, you know what I mean? Or bend over forwards. Unfortunately, most of the time is you get fucked because no matter what you do, sometimes you can't win. And there are some customers out there that love nothing better than to rub it in, Luckily, I've put myself in a position in this business that I could say, fuck you, buddy, suck my dick. If you don't like it, go somewhere else, eat my ass. I don't care. I really don't care at this point. You're not going to talk to me a certain way. You're gonna get a service. I'm going to talk to you like a normal fucking person. If you get sided with me, I will tell you to go fuck yourself, and I will fuck your mom. I will find your mom and I'll fuck her. I got the first shot, chickened out for the round 2, just recovered one of the many strains. Most of us will be on the commercials in the next 5 years. Did you take the COVID shot of 2019? You might be entitled to a settlement or compensation. Danny Gurley gave me channel support. Thank you very much. Who else gave me channel support? I want to make sure that I got everyone on the chat. It's weird. This thing doesn't show up. It tells you only who the latest person is, but not a history. It used to be able to tell you a history, but now it don't. I tested positive for COVID a week ago. Felt a fever for 1 day. Went away after that. Lucky me. I'm telling you, this thing was nice. This thing was nice. It actually did help a lot, just determining if my fever, if what I was doing was actually affecting the fever. And the biggest thing I did was manage the fever, not the cough or the sneezing. And no. Manage the fever. If you kept the fever under 100, and it was acetaminophen or ibuprofen, and I'm telling you, life was pretty good. A lot of vitamin C, a lot of orange juice, which is one of the few things I was able to keep down, and I actually felt pretty damn good. Cuban Coyote says, still paralyzed. Car's getting some work done. Deep 8s soon. Oh, shit. Esteban Velez says, not mad at all. I got the BL Fab from Puerto Rico that Rami works on. Thanks for the support, Alex, says Esteban Velez. Sorry. I was fine all day. The moment I start talking and start, working the vocal cords and getting this guac fucking 2000 going, I start to cough up. Hospitals, it makes tons of sense. Oh, by the way, the guy that's buying the car, he's coming today. He had trouble getting a U-Haul trailer. And I said, well, you understand that S550s tend to be on the wide side. And I don't know that the S550 is going to fit on a U-Haul trailer. This thing has wide Hoosiers in the back. So I hope it fits for his sake, because he might be coming down here and figure out that we can't make it fit. But we'll figure it out. I got some spares. If I even have to put 2 spares in the back to make it fit for the guy, I'll do it for him. Pfizer-approved vaccine is not available. Only emergency vaccines are available. So, Alex, what would you recommend for controlling a 6R80 in a non-coyote application? A control pack. Or Motec. Finally, Motec has been able to control a 6R80 or a control pack. Honestly, I don't think the Quick 6 is something that's viable in my opinion. Long term anyway. Hey Alex, thanks for the tune. Car's moving good, says Valley 10 Speed. You're welcome, sir. I don't know who you are. Derek Barron seemed a little hurt. No, he didn't. From your Cobra comments. Funny, he didn't seem to have an issue when he was on your stream, when he could speak, when you could speak back to him. I don't think he was hurt. He seemed like he's happy. He's happy. And if he's happy, I'm happy. I just would never buy a Cobra. But we all make mistakes, and he's a young kid, and he wants to experience the Cobra lifestyle, and he will. He will. That car is going to show its true colors, because why would you sell a car that is that clean for that kind of money? It's obviously temperamental, or for future tuning purposes, there's really nowhere to go, right? Let's say the car makes 650 real horsepower, right? Let's say you got a return style fuel system. You probably can go 85 with a stock computer, but if you want to, and it's got cams, so you can't shift it at 7,000 RPMs because it won't process. So what are his options if he wants to really get after it with that car? Like if he really wants to get every single little horsepower that car has to offer, the stock AMZ2 computer is not it. It needs some kind of Holley. It needs something to be able to have proper spark, have proper processing power, and the Holley, unfortunately, is probably going to be his Huckleberry. Now, if he ponies up some money for a Holley, I think he has a good shot of having a positive experience with the Cobra. But if he's never going to consider at least a standalone for that car to get the most potential out of it, I think he's going to not like that car long term and then sell it, which he could. It's probably a decent investment for him, so he could probably just sell it and just flip it and get into something else. Governments suck at marketing. If they advertise it as an option instead of a mandate, they could have sucked a lot more people to take it. But now it looks shady. On his latest video, he was talking about you, so he was a little butthurt. Oh, maybe I didn't see it. I'd have to go see it. I I need to look into motel again. Okay. I don't know what the fuck's he talking about. I've got an S550. I'm a U-Haul trailer before. I've got an S550 in a U-Haul trailer before with stock tires. Okay, then I might have to get spares for the guy in the back so that he can take it home with him, because the Hoosiers are beefy and I don't think it'll fit with them in there. Derek is just messing around. Yeah, Derek's good people, man. Derek's one of those guys. I respect the shit out of the dude. Young kid, YouTuber, like YouTuber to the T, but he's not a douchebag. Like, it's crazy. He's young. He should be a douchebag, but he's not. He's likable. He speaks well. You root for him. You know, you're like, I hope you make it, buddy, man. I hope you fucking go out there and kill it, make fucking 500,000 a year, $1 million a year on YouTube and kill it and do the car thing. You don't dislike Derek Barron Productions if you're like a normal car guy. Now, Mustang Lifestyle, Stang Mode, and all those other motherfuckers, yo, fuck all those guys. Those guys are AIDS. What about the Cobra on the Coyote computer? How common are those? What about that Cobra on the Coyote computer? You can't. Seniors? That was special because it had a 6R80 in it. That's the only reason I went Coyote computer, because it had a 6R80. So yeah, and it made 1,000 horsepower. So what do we got? We got anybody working on a Coyote swap kit for a 2020 Ford Ranger? They're doing it in Australia for 30 grand. Who the fuck wants that? I need to look into Motec again. Got it. You said motel. Vaccines are endless money pit, says Scotty Kilmer. Jesus Perez says, hello, sir. Michael Nunn says, ruminating over this GM prediction makes me want to buy GM. I mean, I would absolutely buy a Cadillac V3. I still think it's one of the more sexy adult performance cars around. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Hell yeah. Have you ever messed with Megascore EFI? Yeah, a little bit. I use them a lot on my applications, and I prefer it over Holly, Microtech, Haltech, and Motec. Yes, Jake's wife's car, her 96 Cobra, has Megascore, and it seems pretty straightforward. Now, Jake uses it differently in terms of methodology. He leaves it in closed loop or open loop, I think. He leaves it there and lets it constantly. He has to constantly adjust for temp and stuff. And I don't want that. I want it to work like a MAF sensor where it compensates for altitude, outside temperature, all that stuff. So I'd have to get into it, but it seems to be a wiring mess. But very like MS3 is very popular. I see it on the track a lot. Street Speed 717 is the worst, and Guitar Mageddon CL1. Yikes. I don't know much about Street Speed 717 except every single one of his what do you call them? Thumbnails. Every single one of his thumbnails, he's like this. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, looks like a douchebag, but I don't know him from a hole in the wall. But he looks like a douchebag. Like, he absolutely looks like a douchebag. 10-4 thought he was being serious. I haven't watched any of his videos. I don't know much about him. Just came off the wrong way. Got it. No, he's good people. Scotty Kilmer Scotty Kilmer in the house. He says, Stang Mode ran over my cat and didn't even stop. Something tells me Scotty Kilmer is Mustang Lifestyles, the fake account. Second Shift Racing says, you can buy our V3 940s full interior. What, for fucking $113,000? Isn't it a Vengeance built V3? He's badass. JD Swag says, missed my paid. You going to video the car going away? Of course I'm going to video the car going away. Rudy Oliva says, hey Alex, what suspension mods do you recommend for an S197? NA, but I'm having trouble with traction at the track. Honestly, UPR is what's on the Grey Goose. It was on my black car. And they have a very, I mean, you can use UPR mostly upper and lower control arms. Why did it do that? Upper and lower control arms, relocation brackets, and a anti-roll bar. and you're good. Like that will do a ton for traction. And that's what I did on my black car. Just upper, lower. This is what I had for the control arms. I had these control arms from UPR, $200, right? And then it should have like, oh wait, what year is this? 7904. Let's do S197. Let me see if their website has a thing for S197. Let's just do Ford vehicles. Let's do Mustang. Does it go by year? Hopefully. There we go. Here you go. 10 to 14. Go suspension. Oh, they got a good website now. They upgrade. They got the control arm, the upper control arm, so you can do that. You can also okay, upper control arm for 184, lower control arms for 189 if you want the ones with the Heim joints, but they're loud. You know, it's just how it is for 239. They also have, I think, the look, this is a kit. There it is. Beautiful. The Pro Street rear suspension package. This is what I would get, guys, tonight if I wanted to make an S197 have better street manners right away. Just get the upper, the lower, and make sure the pinion angle is good to go. Now, if you want to get a little more on the serious side, I think they do have anti-roll bar options that are a little, they have a street anti-roll bar that bolts into the, where the exhaust goes. And I had it on the black car. Man, that thing was awesome. It changed. It became really bouncy in the back. That coupled with some Vikings, it was actually really nice. Let me see. Anti-roll bar. Anti-roll bar. Let me see if they have one for... yep, here we go. Beautiful. So this one. So basically you get the Pro Street kit or whatever the fuck, and then you get this thing right here. And I'm telling you, it just launches straight. Jeremiah Camp, this should be his next upgrade. Yeah, it's going to be on the stiff side, but his car is going to be race car anyway. But he needs this. He needs this to make sure you plant those fucking tires properly. This setup is really nice for medium horsepower. Big boy stuff, you probably need some kind of like TIG Vision, anti-roll bar, or big stuff. But for 99% of you out there, this bitch is exactly what you need. You don't need much more than the upper, lower, some Vikings, and this. You're going to spend about $1,000 by the time it's all said and done, but I'm telling you, you won't really need much else after that for a very long time. Rudy. Felter Snatch says, next giveaway should be a dyno day with Alex. Fuck that. By the way, Nick Santarpia said he finally got around to fixing or cleaning the injectors. He said they were mint with SVT, took care of his injectors nicely, unlike yours truly here. So tomorrow I will announce the giveaway, and then I'll finish the giveaway, or I might do it on the peasant chat and then give it away on Monday so I can just ship it right away and get it out of my life. Get you guys some 1050X injectors and a booster pump with the Y harness to be able to use on a GT500 or whatever the fuck you want to use it on. What do you think Corvette owners think when they spend over $100,000 on a Z06 just to get walked by a boosted 10R80 Gen 3? They think this, CJ. They go, I got walked by it, but I don't care because I can still get more money for this Corvette than that Gen 3. Look, I have a S550, a 700 horse S550. If a LS in a Fox gaps my shit, I don't sit there and go, oh man, he spent way less money than me and he gapped me. I suck. Oh no, we suck again.
Oh no! We suck again!
I don't think that way. If I'm happy with my purchase, I'm happy with my purchase. I'm not like a super duper anti-Corvette guy. They go, yeah, we fuck Corvette guys, man. They're fucking gay. Bro. I mean, they are gay. They're fucking gay, bro. And we gapped them with a regular 10R80. Wow, cool. Now you got to go rebuild that 10R80 because it's only good for about 1 or 2 licks. Ask me how I know. They make a few plug-and-play options for older manual setups like 9994 GT, 91 Corvette. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. The next giveaway should be a kayak day with Alex and Tiffany. Yep, my buddy has a Terminator. A stock computer didn't keep up with, and he purchased a Megasquirt standalone. He has good success with it, cheaper than Holly. Okay, very good. Agreed on the dyno day, says Eliza's. I've got UPR upper and lowers, and I'm a fan of the solid Heim joint style, but they will make a little noise. Team Z stuff is super nice also. You're right. Crack Bone0102. UPR is local to Lake Worth, isn't it? Yep. Look, I call. I go, hey, Brian, it's Alex. I want to see if you guys this and this and that. He goes, yep, got it in stock. I fucking drive down 15 minutes off 95. Boom. Show up, pay, and I am out of there with a nice red UPR shirt that they give you. I mean, they're just fucking, we're kind of spoiled that way. There's a couple of places here, like there's Mustang shops aplenty in the West Palm area. Some are full of cheese-eating rat fucks, but most others are pretty fucking legit, like UPR. Second shift says, yes, it's a Vengeance built V3, Magnuson 2650. Whew, 1,000 horsepower, asking $94,000. Yeah, I agree. I got a hold of David Clunkerton today. I was so happy. Me and him were chatting over email because he's one of those guys that can debunk all the LS, LT bullshit that these guys are saying about stock bottom end sevens and this and this and that. And, you know, what's a better platform to start with? Look, I have no doubt he'll say that the LS is more friendly in terms of fitment, but he's not a fuck boy. He'll say, yeah, no LS on the planet made 1,000 without opening it up. Like, period. Hey, Alex, not trying to spam though. Is a Gen 2 Coyote motor with a dropped valve worth anything? You don't want to spend $2,000+ on it? Then don't get it. Don't get it, potential spam. If you drop the valve and it went through the piston, it's over, Johnny. It's over. It's time to consider getting something else because you got to pull it apart. And after you pull it apart, hey, where is it's over, Johnny? I don't have it's over, Johnny. Got baby milk, car start, nothing, diaper, too high power, stupid King Kong, Hellcats, them guts. I don't have it's over here. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's number 6 or number 5 or number 4. Number 1, number 2, 3. Boy, none of them working. Interesting. Maybe it's empty. Oh, that's Carl. That's fighting. Hey, Alex, I already got that. Now, look, if you bought a dropped, first of all, that's the first time I've heard of Coyote dropping a valve. But if you drop the valve into the fucking piston, bro, I mean, you're gonna be 2,000 into it. Just labor, work, parts. Yeah, don't even bother. Cuban says, thoughts on a spool? I have a company giving me one. Yes. Allo. Cuban, do it up. You don't got to worry about diff, nothing, bro. Do it up. You will never have to worry about the diff breaking, which is very common on heavy S550s. And in your car's a heavy S550 and soon not to be, but and then you always have traction, Papa. So you'd be good to go. I would do that in a heartbeat. My Fairmont has a spool. My GT500 has a spool. Everything else has a torsion diff. The red car has a torsion diff. The white car has a torsion diff. Or no, I'm sorry. Regular. No. Performance package. Both of them. So I think they're torsion. I think 4 Fuel Systems is located in Florida. Am I wrong? They are also located in Florida, Tampa area. Spools are life. Cuban Coyote says Bondo Bird. He's right. I own a C7 Stingray. Raced a few full bolt on S550s. This channel is dope though. Why I'm here. Thank you, Robzilla Garage. Ken McAllister says, late to the party, dropping a like, and I'll catch the beginning on the replay. Robzilla Garage says, yep. Yeah, the 1,000 horsepower LS engine at minimum have added ring gap, usually head studs, and better head gaskets too, and a cam. Sounded like a Holly standalone. Junkyard LS make 1,000 every day without opening them. Lies. You fucking liar. No valve springs? No cams? Nothing. Stock head, stock bottom end, stock cams, stock rockers, stock springs. Shut the fuck up, you lying motherfucker. You are a lying ass motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. You're telling me a bone stock 5'3", 4'8", 6'2", 6'3", whatever? 6'2", LS3. You're telling me boost and fuel, they make 1,000? Bullshit. Not without a cam, spring, something. It needs something all the time. You're a lying ass motherfucker. Thanks for the entertainment on the ride home. Like button hit. We'll watch the rest later. Is there other BAPs besides the Kenny Bell one? Yeah, there's Vortec ones, there's JMS ones, there's VMP ones. There's a whole bunch. Gail Banks in the house says, yes, you don't have to open a Coyote for 1,000 horsepower. It won't last long with stock rain gap. If you want to live long at 1,000 horsepower, you must open it. LSs are strong. LSs are strong with internals. But that's fine, Gail Banks. But we all know that an LS absolutely has to be worked over to be able to make 1,000. Has to be absolutely gone through. Alex, UPR prices that for the S197 parts aren't too bad from what you showed. I'm going to check out the S550 parts. I'd like to swap one of the 3-letter red company parts out of my car. Yeah, get that shit out of there. But get that BMR bullshit out of your car. Fuck them. Alex said they open up on the dyno. Cam and Springs is like $400. But you gotta open it! You gotta open it! What the fuck? Don't you listen, stupid motherfucker? I hate stupid motherfuckers. You gotta open it! Wow, you're stupid. You gotta open the motherfucker up. Coyote, Gen 2, here's Boost, here's your 85. Suck a dick. Bing bong, fuck your life.
Bing bong.
Oh, but it's only $400. Yeah, 18 hours of labor. Shut the fuck up. Stupid, dumbass motherfuckers. I hate a stupid, dumb motherfucker. It can make 1,000 once. Technically, you can take a 6-hole truck motor, the right size turbo, and make $1,000 once with 45 PSI. MRL Blue Car got UPR shit going fast. Take notes, IRS fellas. Right. Like a lot of people, for whatever reason, they fall into the bullshit that Facebook and Instagram and all these other fuckboys that promote them push out there. Bro, anything you put in the car, as long as you know how to adjust it, it's fine. But a lot of you guys fall in love with the, I want to be part of the catalog crew. Fucking idiots. It takes 20 minutes to open an LS and swap the cam. Okay, Caddie, make a video, start a timer, and open up an LS in a car and swap the cam out in 20 minutes. Caddie V, if you do that, I'll give you $1,000. No editing. Caddie V, if you do that, I will give you $1,000. Meaning the bitches has to be running by the end of 20 minutes. So start a timer, ding, work on the car for 20 minutes. It should have a cam swap and back and running in 20 minutes. You lying motherfucker. Rip to my ear, rip to my ears. Fuck. See what happens when I get riled up? And when I talk a lot, everything just starts running. I didn't talk at all day. I was just chilling at home. The moment I start talking, everything starts coming out. That's why the show fucks me up. Technically speaking, it'll make $1,000 for a few seconds with just a turbo. We have one stock motor Cobra that ran 888 with 125 60 foot with a stick. 3.0 Whipple, 29 PSI. Well, second shift Cobra. Did he have head studs? There's a controversy whether he had head studs or not. Technically, it's not stock, right? Throat yogurt will help that cough. Remember when BMR did that BS when someone stole a K member from a track event and then they had it on camera? Haha. Yeah, there's also video of the owner of BMR going up to UPR's tent and giving them shit based on something. And the guy looked like a fucking weasel. I'm like, wow, could you imagine? Could you imagine? And it was on camera. It was actually pretty funny to watch. Damn it, son, don't get out of breath. I'm fighting the same sick out of breath shit. Is it breath or breathe? Breath. You got it right the first time. Daddy chill. Stang Mode says, I have 250,000 in my GT. I have $250,000 in my GT500. Oh, I don't doubt that. For whatever reason, I don't doubt that he has big money into that car because he's been on 3 motors, guys. Well, the original one, then a built one somehow blew up. Now he's on his 3rd motor. Like, what's a built motor Predator go for? Right? Let's say $17,000. And then labor, unless it's being sponsored, is going to be $3,500 or more. Oof. Wearing headphones, watching this show, you do at your own risk. These people are gonna kill with a heart attack. Angel Javel says FKA. For literally swapping the cam with everything off already, sure, 20 minutes. You'll still need to swap the springs, pull the heads for swapping the lifters. So in other words, not 20 minutes. Exactly. When he said 20 minutes, you and I know he is full of fucking shit. This is what I want to hear. I want to hear the car running, turn it off, swap it out in 20 minutes, and turn it right back on. I will give you $1,000 if you can prove that you can swap a cam in an LS in a car that has been running and then get it running properly in 20 minutes. I'll send you $1,000 fucking dollars on PayPal. Not a problem. A third of that 250,000 is in wraps. I take an LS3 ported heads, gap ties, rings, good bearings, nice oil pump, and decent stage 2 race cam with a turbo for my dad and trusted over 1500 in the Nova. It won't run a something though. I don't know. Stang Mode's FedEx driver probably hates him. Stang Mode treating that GT500 like an LS. Yeah, there's certain things that the Predator and the Coyote are not meant to do. And that's like live on a limiter. You know, push rods are better suited for that kind of abuse, but not a Coyote. I remember Cletus wanted Power by the Hour to provide a Coyote motor, and and I think they asked him, "What are you looking to do with it?" And they're like, "Oh, burnouts and dumb shit, and lay on the limiter." And I'm like, "No. This motor's just not built for that. It's just not built for that." Meanwhile, his GT500 equipped Crown Vic has been his most reliable car, like by far. Sit down, Alex. Stop the cough like last night. I miss the kill you with a heart attack. My shed is getting repoed then, says Stang Mode. When I bent my rear end, a couple of times I called BMR and actually got pretty cool with nice guy on the phone. Just an employee, I guess. Fuck you, Michael Nunn. How dare you talk nicely about them? Eliza says, see y'all tomorrow. It takes 20 minutes to undo the cooling system on an LS. TJ, according to the Caddy V Daddy, whatever the fuck his name is, he says in 20 minutes you can swap out a cam. Today I learned that in 20 minutes you can swap out a cam from a running LS. You probably don't even have the fucking intake off in 20 fucking minutes. You don't have the cold air, the intake, the injectors take. You don't have any of that shit done in 20 fucking minutes. I guarantee you don't. I'll just leave the 2-valve alone until the motor gives out. Admiral Peck, I already got him. It did for like 2 weeks, but then he put stalkers back in to shut some haters up. We'll make a video about it to prove it later. Okay, that's cool. Didn't the Coyote motor that Garrett had for the Crown Vic end up in your red car? Yes. So that's the motor that's in my red car. So Garrett had a Coyote motor for the Crown Vic, and then he found a wrecked GT500. And he's like, well, can I get my money back for the Coyote motor? And Jake's like, sure, no problem. So just ship it back. And Jake got it back, and it was sitting around the shop. Then that's when I started to have a lot of issues with the red car, just breaking everything, differential, axles, transmission, because it's too heavy, and it made 900 horsepower, 800 torque. The thing was a beast when it had the Gen 3 TVS. It was just a bad motherfucker. That was a cool car to drive around, go to the beach, and you knew you had a lot of people covered. So Jake was like, look, Alex, if you want to put all that stuff in the Fairmont, I can sponsor some of the parts, because I'm the Coyote swap guy. And I can get you a really good deal on the motor that Garrett didn't use for his Crown Vic, and that's how I ended up with that motor. They didn't highlight that GT500 enough. The thing, all reliable, makes decent power too. Didn't the Coyote already get that? If you want to know why Stang Mode is the way he is, he started off with a Mustang EcoBoost. Exactly, D-Rock Fox. I remember I got into it with him on at a American Muscle Show, and he had the fucking nerve to say that I am an influential voice in the Mustang. That he himself, like, I have never said this. I have never said the following line. I am the voice of the Mustang community. No, I'm just some fucking douchebag in an apartment that, my dog shits in. I'm just a nobody. If you guys listen, cool. If you guys find it funny, awesome. He was like, well, as an influential person in the Mustang community, I started laughing. I said, you owned an EcoBoost, bro. I said it to his fucking face right in front of his eyeballs. I said, you owned an EcoBoost. No serious person that wants to be the voice of a Mustang community ever owned an EcoBoost. That's gay shit. And he was like, you're calling EcoBoost gay? And he took his phone out as if to record. And I went like this I said, yeah, record this. EcoBoost are fucking shit. You know, I was like, go ahead, record it. I went off. Junior was sitting there looking at a data log in the black car going like, what the fuck's happening? I'm like, I'm defending Lund Racing. Don't worry. Motherfuckers like this are going to get the business so that they never speak ill of Lund Racing again. If they think about it, they remember that fucking moment that I fucking shoved my foot up their ass so that they'll never, ever, ever do it again. Get better, Alex. We need TDC soon. Look, I got a lot of content for that, but not time. But I got to feel 100% better, and I can't do 2 shows a day. By the time this show's done, I'm dripping out of my nose. I'm fucking have a headache. I'm dying. So I'm not going to do another hour and a half on the same day. Fuck all that. You ain't getting that cam out without pulling the engine. 6-month video right there. 6-month video right there on Subway sandwich tips. Went to bed 2 nights ago and totally fine. Woke up with what feels like a broken foot. Still brutally painful. Happened to anyone in here? You probably broke your foot. FK is the new FSM. You mean Eco Douche? I wanted to see Stagmore and Alex at the same event. I mean, I remember when he was first doing videos, he went to the American Muscle Show and he was talking me up and just, hey man, I want to ask you some questions about why don't you think it's cool to like hop up an EcoBoost? I said, well, number one, the engine's fucking crap. I didn't know he had an EcoBoost at the time, but he was like a lot thinner and looked less like a rat. And he was like, would you ever like think of building an EcoBoost? I go, fuck no. Oh, don't even bother building an EcoBoost. The engine's fucking trash. The rods are $20. It sounds like shit. It's like a gay guy's car. So I really wouldn't worry and spend money on that thing. And he was like, oh, okay, thanks a lot. Unbeknownst to me, he had an EcoBoost. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I worked that all later meditation. Okay. I'm going to get out of here. Wanted to just give you another show talking about Cathie Wood predicting GM's future bankruptcy, but we know that it's probably not going to go bankrupt because they'll get bailed out by the government because of the UAW, the auto unions, and they're too big to fail and they have too much influence on elections. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If I get the 1050Xs, I'll get them in hand and do the giveaway either tomorrow or Sunday on the Peasant Chat, and then make sure that you guys get a free set of injectors. All you have to have is the highest like comment on whatever video I say you should have the highest like comment on, and we'll give away, yes, giveaway. We will not make you buy anything in order to get stuff from this channel. All right, guys, I'm out of here. The guy that's going to buy the car should be here in about 20 minutes, so I'll be waiting for him. I'll get you videos of the car driving away with a little, what's the name of that woman that did the sad, animal commercials where in the heart of an angel. I'll do that. Actually, no, it'll get copyrighted, so I can't do that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you guys later.